Morning, Joe.
Lucie, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
And
it's a pleasure.
We're talking restoration today, right?
Yes, we have here is a great example of what Restore Finish, how it's Restore Finish is all about. It's a very simple, easy to use product, no stripping. As a matter of fact, their motto is restore it, don't strip it, something along those lines. And it's true. Back in the day, everything would be stripped with harsh chemicals.
Right.
It's snap. It's a easy process. This piece here is a sample that was sent to Riker's Island for approval for their chapel. It's a diminutive piece. It doesn't have any sides. Its condition is perfect for what we use Restore Finish for. It's just lost its patina.
It's made out of oak.
It's solid oak.
We might call this holy oak.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and it's super heavy. It's a great piece. The difference will be amazing.
Before we even get to refinishing or restoring a piece like this, if somebody has something like this, how do they know that it's a piece that can be restored? Aren't there cases where trying to clean something or restore something might take away the value? Is there?
Not with this product.
Okay. And of course, the kind of products we're talking about, people can get here at the Olde Engine Works, right?
Yes, that's correct. We carry, unlike some of the other hardware stores, we carry all 9 shades.
Right.
And we also carry the wax and heavier duty wax, a paste wax. So depending on what you want to use, because after the Restore Finish, I like to seal it. It keeps the wood hydrated and it stops any splitting that might happen, and it actually seals the wood after you've restored it. Keeps its finish much longer. As for historical pieces, they don't get much more historical than this.
Right.
This is a one-of-a-kind piece.
So we have a one-of-a-kind piece, the real deal, and we're going to touch it today, right?
Oh, yeah.
Can we actually show something? I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
The first thing I'm going to do is determine what color I want to use, and that's by using my color chart.
Right.
And for this application, we're going to use the golden oak.
Looks good. Golden oak.
Yep. And you'll be amazed at how simple and easy and quick. I have a can of golden oak here. Shake it up a little bit. All of the Restore Finish is applied best. You can use a cloth, but it's applied best with the quadruple zero steel wool, which is also available here.
See, I wouldn't know that either with the steel wool, huh?
Yeah, and the trick is to go with the grain.
Yep.
Now you can see there's all manner of, looks like watermarks and, discoloration.
Who knows
Finish
what?
is gone. Exactly. It's probably been in storage for a huge amount of time. I saturate this with the product. And this is the grain here, the oak grain, and I'm just going to go with the grain, apply it liberally, and I think you can already see.
So that's like a fine steel wool.
Super fine. This
Super
is
fine.
so
I don't
fine.
hear any scratching or anything.
Oh no, this is so fine that I'm going to show you. It won't even hurt your face.
It's almost really just kind of taking off any sort of surface debris or...
Surface, it's a good method for taking the any surface wax or any soil that's on it. But it's such a simple procedure. And the difference is so dramatic.
I can imagine. I can see it. I mean, I can see it already, but
yeah, you can see.
It's wet, but
Now, the instructions tell you to just leave it on and then just a few minutes and wipe it off. I'll leave it on a little longer than that and let it really soak in.
Right.
I've been known, if it's a really dry piece that's been hanging out there for a long time, I'll even coat it again before I wipe it down.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would imagine an old dry piece will soak this right up.
Yep. You can see just the difference between the base. Now, if you can see this watermark here, a lot of people get watermark rings on their coffee tables and their nightstands. If you are patient with the Restore Finish, take a few minutes and keep going over it again and again.
Yep.
You can get out most watermarks. I'm assuming that's a watermark because the drip pattern it has. but in terms of time to do a piece, an absolute fraction of what it would take. You had to strip it, sand it, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, plus, I mean, for me, there's
And you can see there's not much of a smell.
right. But for a person who doesn't do this professionally,
Absolutely.
there's like a great sense of satisfaction that comes from
Oh,
working with something, even
To
if
be
it's
true.
something like this that makes it nice and easy. But yeah, I would have a great deal of fun and satisfaction working with something like this.
exactly.
You guys have these products right here at the counter at the Engine Works, right? So I would imagine there might also be all sorts of pieces that somebody might inherently buy here and then
Many
and then
times.
walk out the door with a product like this
Yep. And
because they want to get it pristine looking.
sometimes we use the restore finish, and what I follow up with was the wax. But there's many pieces that, and I'm totally candid, the wax is all they're going to need.
Right.
They don't even have to take this step.
And then once you get this on, what's the process again? How long do they say to let this dry typically?
You don't let it dry.
Okay.
I'm just,
You're going to wipe it. You're
I'm
going to
just
wipe it
being
down.
my usual intent of self here and going over it and over it. But in about a second, I'm going to wipe this down. Nothing. Start at the top again. And see. The other thing is with the color chart that I failed to mention is there's a lot of latitude between the colors.
Yep.
Don't feel that if it's not a complete match. Go with the shade that's closest.
Right.
And you have a lot of wiggle room in terms of color.
Is this the finish we're going to keep on this? It looks beautiful right now.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is, again, because I like to seal my pieces when
Yeah.
I'm done with the beeswax. It's called feed and wax. It hydrates.
Okay.
It hydrates the wood, and it'll seal this beautiful finish. And unfortunately, our viewers can't feel the difference, but already the difference is amazing.
Right.
And once I put on the beeswax or the feed and wax, this will be so smooth that you don't have to worry about catching a fine fabric if you sat on it. There's no roughness to it. And we don't have to wait. Now that this is wiped down, I'll wipe it again with another clean cloth, and we're ready to apply the wax. Okay,
All right, Lucy, we're back.
we're back. We have here another great example of what restore finish is perfect for.
Right.
This is a piece, had you seen it at an auction or a yard sale or a flea market, you might be intimidated and say, oh, no, I would have to have that stripped professionally, and before I would have it in my home. And what I'm about to show you is that nothing could be further from the truth. This one has a significant amount of, I don't know what you want to call this, crud, scratches.
Yeah, there's a great deal of wear and tear.
Yeah.
Scratches on the step.
Yeah, it's been loved and lived.
Yep.
It's called a Jefferson table by some accounts, a bachelor's table. You can see that it's in this configuration. It's a step stool, a little chair, if you will, to sit on. And then for the bachelors out there who really didn't want to have an ironing board, it converts. With the simple twisting of these wing nuts here, there's one on either side.
Yep.
You have an ironing board. Now it looks high now, but it's up on a platform. And it's in really good condition. I say that there's no breaks or
It's in working
damage.
order. There's a lot of moving
Exactly.
pieces
It's
actually.
Functional.
Yeah, it's functional.
It has all its hardware, but there are no breaks, so there's no huge repairs. But it still might be intimidating to someone if they came across this, at a sale or an estate sale.
Because you wouldn't want to take it apart to restore it, put it back together again, and all that kind of stuff.
No. Take our steel wool pad, saturate it well. And you want to have options.
Plus, I think if you need a product like this, you got to come down here and see the inside of the Engine Works. You got to look around. There's so much amazing stuff here.
Because even here, there are pieces that you'll pick up that everybody has their tipping point for how much they want, how much work they want to do on a piece.
Right. So we have the first product on here.
Right, the restore finish that we worked with the grain and the steel wool, and now you can see how nice and smooth it is. We're going to.
And then this is the Howard Feed and Wax, which is a beeswax.
Yeah, beeswax and orange oil.
Right,
Stuff.
which also smells great. I love it.
Smells awesome. And I use this generously. Not so I can sell more of it, but
And
because
again,
it
you-
really makes. And
You
I
just do this by hand.
Yeah, you could. They tell you to put it on with a soft cloth, but my hands need all the moisturizing they can get, and there's good quality beeswax in here, no chemicals.
Plus, we're into December here in lovely Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. So any moisture we can get, right?
Absolutely.
Moisturize the
My
hands
are
in the
just
process.
Dry as a bone. Actually, the other owner, Rex, got me redoing this, and this works beautifully on intricate parts, spindles, and whatever. You do have to be careful. You don't want to get a splinter, but
Yep.
as long as you take care. Let's see. Put this all over.
This looks like a whole new product already. Like
Oh,
this
absolutely.
this table.
And this is such a cool piece. And it might have been intimidating to someone to think, oh, I have so much work to do because there's a lot of detail. But I could do this whole piece in an hour, start to finish.
To be honest, as a person who doesn't typically swim in this in this scene, I would have bought something like this, thinking that the scratches, the age, the patina, it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it. But this is amazing. I mean, it's kept all some of the character. I mean, the scratches are going to be the scratches. You could tell that this is not brand new. That it's had a life to it.
Exactly.
But now it's got this beautiful, beautiful finish again. All right, Lucie, so we've seen the magic at work, the restore and shine, the beeswax, the kind of life it gives to these kind of things. Both large size bottles are about 12 bucks a piece.
Yep.
Right?
This is the large 16 ounce. If you had one piece, you could go with the small one each, which is like 9 for the restore and finish, the
Right.
small size, and I think 9 also for the small feed and wax.
And everything's available here.
Everything's here. Unlike the big box stores, we have 9 flavors, as I like to call them, as opposed to 4.
Right, the 9 different shades.
9 different
You
shades.
won't get that at Home Depot.
Nope.
I doubt I'm going to find that at Walmart.
Yeah, and if you order it online, it takes forever because it can't be mailed.
Right.
For whatever. I think because it's a liquid. When you go to the post office, you can't mail liquids. Nonetheless, it's here. I always keep everything stocked. But the beauty of this is, anybody can do it.
So if a person that comes in here, which you got to come down here to the Engine Works and take a look at the inside of this place and how much stuff is actually in here and how much cool stuff is in here.
And we have beautiful furniture now.
But when you find that perfect piece, like in this case, the bachelor's table or the bench from Riker's Island, or the
Pew.
the pew from Riker's Island, I mean, what a cool piece. You find that, you're so excited, you can't wait to get it home. Some of these cool, interesting pieces are going to run you, hundreds of dollars, whatever.
Yes.
At that point, spend the 24 bucks to take it
Absolutely.
home, do it yourself, have a sense of satisfaction. You maintain
The piece
all the
maintains-
character and look of
and
the
the
piece,
value, because
but you make it shine again.
Stripping devalues a lot of fine antiques.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you. Thank
It's a
you.
real
for-
pleasure. That's
pardon my
okay.
gloves.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Thank you.
Um,
It's been a pleasure.
and let's remind everyone, you have a booth here, right?
I do.
What's your booth number?
676.
676.
But the products are all right by the register.
So if you have any questions, come in, ask for Lucie, and if you want to see these pieces in particular, or the other cool stuff that you have, I mean, you do this all the time, right?
Absolutely.
Come in, ask for Lucie's booth,
Yeah.
and appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.
Bye-bye now.
There's always something new at the Old